Back to Cross-Rutted. Man, it's been a few weeks. I didn't know if we were going to come back, to be honest, but we're back. Here we are. Now we get to recap. Where were we just at? What was it? It was, why am
Ironman.
I,
Ironman.
Ironman. We'll talk about the track changes. Some people not happy about it. Some people think that maybe Motocross of Nations has, a little bit of play into that, but let's go ahead and jump right into it. I'm your host, Eric Nichols, and let's go into our co-host. First off, Justin Reese. Welcome back, Justin.
What's up? Got the JMR retirement tee on.
Same. Over to
Yeah.
Zach, not wearing the J Mart retirement tee. What's
I
up?
did not buy in. I did not buy in. So
Wow.
fucking
All
yell at
right.
me if you want to.
Cheap
I didn't
ass.
buy in. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hates
that's pretty
Jmar.
bad. That's pretty bad. And then over to CJ, also not wearing J Mart retirement. He claims he's the biggest J Mart fan, but obviously
Hey,
not. Welcome back.
someone's got to do the blue collar work around here.
That's true.
Yeah,
It
okay.
ain't gonna
Send
be
that
me.
off in.
It is not gonna be me. All right, boys. Well, as always, let's go into the storylines that we had. First off, this weekend they announced Team USA. We have Chase Sexton, which will go over his little debacle later on. Eli Tomac and then Hayden Deegan. So first off, boys, I mean, I think we have a pretty good shot here. I think we have a good team. I mean, you think what maybe Australia is the toughest competition with Hunter and Jet being on the same team. Doesn't sound like Vial is going to be out there. We all see what Prado is, but CJ, we'll start with you. How do you feel about Team USA? You think we're going to have a pretty good chance at
Uh,
winning it again?
I felt a lot better before Sexton decided that he's not racing anymore. I mean, I don't think that gives anybody warm and fuzzy. Like, yeah, he says he's going to be back and ready, but who knows? I mean, the dude's a basket case. So, I mean, yeah, before the moto started at Ironman, for sure, 100%. I thought we look really good. I mean, I would think that we should be able to win that. Deegan's going to be better than whoever Australia brings on a 250. And I mean, Chase and Eli are legit, but I don't know. What kind of Chase Sexton are we going to get?
Well, Zach, to be honest, I mean, after this weekend, I was worried what Tomac we were going to get. We'll go into Tomac sound like he was sick, but I was worried that shit we might have to replace Tomac with like an RJ or a J Coop. But I mean, he turned it around. But how about you? Are you
I
just as concerned about the whole Sexton deal?
yes. What I don't like. I mean, obviously, first moto, I thought, hell yeah, we got this shit. Like this is gonna be badass. I was fucking super stoked. Now after seeing his Instagram posts, it's kind of like, dude, are you in? Like, are you all in for this, or what the hell's going on? So I know he said he tweaked his shoulder or something like that, but I mean, fuck, dude, you got to be a little tougher than that, right? I don't think replacing Tomac with like an RJ or J Coop's going to benefit. I think on a stage that big, if anyone knows how to get a good ride, it's going to be Tomac over RJ or J Coop. And then obviously, like CJ said, Deegan's got to be if not the fastest, the second fastest dude on 250. So I
Yeah.
think I still think we have a solid shot. I think it just depends on honestly the biggest thing is Sexton.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. And it's interesting, right? Because this is going to be the last ride for Sexton on KTM, last ride for Tomac on a Yamaha 2. But Justin, we'll go over to you. Obviously, dig in. To me, I think he has I mean, we haven't seen it since RV, but what chance do you give Deegan at, maybe winning that first class of the day? What is it, the MX2 in the open class? Do you think he might have a good shot? Maybe at least podium the
No,
lower race of the three?
the open
This
class,
is the
probably.
chance.
Yeah, is the open class the one that
Zero.
Tomac
Wow.
and Jet are in, or is that the one that Hunter and the second
It doesn't
guys
matter.
are
He's
in?
not beating
That's
Hunter
true.
or he's not beating Chase. He's not beating Jet.
Yeah, that's hard to
He would need
even
help.
throw it
Yeah.
in there. Yeah, you need them all to crash in the first corner and be three laps down.
Yep. Well, you're going to MX of Nations, so how do you feeling about this team?
Well, I'm pretty stoked. Deegan, I think, is definitely going to win his class unless he does something stupid. Tomac, I mean, last year we were worried coming into Matter League because of him not racing pretty much all outdoors, and he was out there battling up front. So I'm not worried about him. But Sexton, like Zach said, I mean, this little fall, and now he's taking the rest of the year off and then getting ready for SMX. I mean, what happens? You're going to crash in SMX and then quit on that and just wait till MX Nations. So. I mean, he's got to toughen
happened
up
the
a little
first year,
bit.
right?
He's got to be one of the softest moto riders I've seen. I've seen a lot worse crashes, and people are getting right back up or breaking bones and racing next week. And this guy's got a bruised shoulder, and he's out for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I mean we'll get into Sexton and what happened that second moto. But yeah, I mean I'm with you guys. I think we're gonna have a solid team. I think Sexton will be fine. Like I said, as long as he surprised SMX, we saw him crash the first year at the Coliseum. So I mean, we'll see how it goes. I'm curious to see what kind of Tomac we're going to get come that time as well. And yeah, I think Deegan's going to be a great fit. And yeah, I mean, to be honest, I just hope the weather is good. I think the last couple of times it's been an Ironman, it's almost kind of been a mutter, and that kind of sucks. So let's hope the weather is good. And yeah, I'm excited to see what we can do. The next storyline that I have here, Deegan announced that he signed that 450. Justin, we'll start with you. There was a lot of rumors going around that maybe he should race Butts Creek if he wraps up this 250 title. There's rumors of him going to be racing the offseason, racing off 450s. Is he going to show up at Anaheim 1 on a 450 or 250? But what do you think, as far as Deegan goes, what do you think the best plan is going to be for him to get that introduction into that 450 class?
I mean, I think if he wins the title around early, why not go out there on a 450, see where you're at? Then you got all off season to know where you're at against these guys. Go defend your title in Supercross and 250 class. Maybe race two or three, 450 rounds, to get your feet maybe wet, and then come out full go outdoors. I think that's your best plan of action right there.
Yeah, and Zach, over to you. I mean, RC, he went on Twitter and said that he think it'd be a bad idea for Deegan not to go out there and race the 450 at Butts Creek. I mean, why not?
I mean, I get it, but at the same time, I don't think there's zero shot he does, especially with Daddy coming out and saying putting a halt to it pretty much. I don't think the risk is the reward is worth the risk on that situation, especially when you got another SMX, money coming up. Um, Me as an American racing fan, I want to see him do good at MXON, so I don't want to see him get hurt on a 450. But I think you defend your title, hop up into the 450s and outdoors, and call it a day like everyone else did.
Yeah. Now, CJ, Daniel Blair, he came out. He has this theory that he thinks that it's better off for Deegan to line up at A1 on a 450 because everyone already knows that his supercross skills aren't as polished as outdoors, meaning that there'll be less attention on him, less pressure starting with Supercross, and then going into outdoors, it's full blow. Versus if he does 250 now, 450 outdoors, people are going to have expectations of, hey, you should go out there and compete for at least podiums right out of the gate because of your success with outdoors. But what do you think? Is it worth lining up 450 A1 or no, jumping the gun too early?
No, I think Daniel Blair's an idiot for that take. I think that's a terrible fucking take. And I mean, he probably got a fucking talking to by Haas for just even mentioning that. Because if I was Haas and he said, "Oh yeah, our guy won a 250. Let's put him on a 450 instead of defend it," I'd slap him and tell him to go back and find another job. But whatever. I think that's a dumbass take. But he can race one more 250 Supercross championship in his life, in his career. He can never race it again. There's no way he's lining up at A1 on a 450 and giving up $2.5, $3.5 million or whatever's on the line, and then he's done after that. Go get on a 450, wrap it up early or whatever, and race a round or two on a 450 if that's what you're going to do. I personally think he needs to go out and show that he can win the East Coast. He's won the West Coast. His East Coast showings were not very good. I don't think that he showed that he had what it takes to go and win on the East Coast. He just laid on the ground, but for the most part, when he raced his 2 years on the East Coast, I think he needs to go out to the East Coast, dominate, show that he can win, go ride a 450 outdoors like you're supposed to. Yeah, you're not. I mean, yeah, there's always going to be hype because it's vegan and his name and YouTube and all that kind of shit. So yeah, there's always going to be the hype. But I think he goes outdoors and he does what he can do. I mean, it's going to be tough racing these Jet and Hunter and Chase and those guys, but I don't see any way in hell that he lines up at A1 on a 450. It'd be cool if we see him on a 450 before A1, like Australia or Budds
Mhm.
Creek, or yeah, it'd be cool as a fan to see it. I don't know. I mean, like Zach said, with Brian being the way he is, I don't know, man. It seems like Brian is like all about the big picture and the long run, and he really hasn't put Deegan in any position to really mess himself up. And I think that that's a big risk to take on. I don't really see Brian signing off on it. I don't know how much. I don't know. He's the dad. I think he can probably make whatever call he wants, is what it sounds like. So I'd be shocked to
Mhm.
see him on a 450 before outdoors in 2027. Really,
Yeah, and who knows?
26,
Like
whatever it is.
Justin, I know you've thrown that out there before. Maybe he does the East Coast, but then you're right, it's 450 in select rounds. We saw RJ do it. He raced Daytona, got that heat race win, and we've seen RJ kind of transition to the 450 class. So, but I'm with you guys. I don't think it makes sense to line up for A1. I mean, he is far from polished on Supercross. We saw him have a lot of close calls. We saw Cole Davies give him a run for his money. Beaumare there for a little bit. So yeah, I'm with you. We talked about, his racecraft just seemed like it was just kind of missing last year in Supercross, just getting stuck in the pack behind these guys that you would expect him to beat. So yeah, I'm with you guys. I'd say just wait, do the 250, and then head to outdoors a little bit more natural for him and kind of see where he stacks up there. All right, the next one that I have here. Oh shit, lost my camera. All right, the next one that I have here, Phil Nicoletti, Cinderella story out in Canada, goes out, gets the title. I can tell you, I followed most of it. That was probably one of the craziest seasons I've seen. But CJ, we'll start with you. I mean, pretty sick. I know Nicoletti retired from AMA last year, had a bunch of parties, gets this ride out in Canada, and he walks away with the title. And I think he's like, what, 30, 33, 34, something like that. Justin, you might know, but.
What? How old is
Yeah,
he?
I mean,
How old he
overall,
is?
pretty sweet story. Yeah, Nicoletti.
Justin, what's his
Yeah,
sign?
I don't
Yeah.
know. Libra. I don't fucking know.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think it's cool as hell. I mean, he's a character. I think everyone loves him.
Mm.
I mean, you love him or you hate him, I guess, either way. But he's a character, and it's fun to see. And I didn't follow it as close as I know you guys did, but I think I don't think he was the favorite. I think there's
No.
guys that should have won
No.
over him. So it's cool as hell. I mean, I know we talked about some of the drama that happened up there, but I think it's badass. And then his pictures flipping off the camera with his number one, and his comments about how it's kind of crazy. They win the championship and then they immediately want them to go take pictures with the number
A
one
whip,
plate.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, go whip
he was
and
like
shit.
he was like, "What are we doing? I cannot whip a bike. Like this is insane." So
Yeah.
I think it's cool. It's cool for the sport. It's cool for a guy like that. I don't know. He's a character. I like it.
Yeah. 36 years old is how old he is. But yeah, Zach, they're talking because it was Kilroy, and he's like, Kilroy threw a whip and almost fucking hit his head with his
Yeah.
fucking tire. But yeah, I mean, it's really cool. Pettis and Dylan Wright were by far the favorites. They both had a lot of issues throughout the season. Even Tanner Ward, kind of gave him for a run the money there. But yeah, Zach, Phil Nicoletti, 2025 motocross champion. What do you think?
We
Oh,
That,
lost
you're
are
you
you
there.
muted.
gonna?
You're muted.
Like he just said, I think it's badass for Canadian motocross. Not everyone. If he's not riding in that series, pretty much no one's making time out of their day to go watch the series. Let's
Mm-mm.
be honest.
No.
You wouldn't be following the series as closely as you did. So it's cool for him to be able to leave American motocross, go over there, bring some eyes to that, and like you said, we had some good battles. I watched a couple of the highlights. I won't say I followed the series because I didn't, but I watched a couple of the highlights, and he, clearly he wasn't the fastest dude out there, but ended up getting it done. So I think it was pretty cool, and obviously everyone's stoked to see Phil get another title or a title. Let me say that. So.
Yeah, I think that's really his second title. He has a Canadian Supercross title
Mhm.
too. So this outdoors, pretty cool. But yeah, Justin, over to you. Anything else on Nicoletti?
I think it's cool as hell that he did it. I mean, even in America, he's kind of like the people's champ, I guess you could say. Just says it how it is, no bullshit. I saw a video. He's all walking out, and all the little kids. There's like 50 little kids, all flipping off the camera. I thought it was great that even the kids up there are buying into it. So it was really cool to see. I don't know what the hell's wrong with Dylan Wright and the Honda team. I mean, they're doing pit stops like it's
Mm-hmm.
NASCAR out there. I'm like, how do
And
you
still
supposed to
running
be
out
on
of
a
gas.
yeah, it's supposed to be on the factory Honda team up there, and you're out there doing pit stops like it's fucking NASCAR. Like, I don't get it. But hey,
Apparently,
he
they
was
sent him HRC like tanks and everything, he's still having the same problem.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
I
Nick
know that
Clay was consistent, finished every moto. So
I
Yeah, he
heard
didn't
that
win it overall either. He might have won a couple motos, but he didn't win a single overall either.
I heard that some other guys talking about, I think Americans here in our series were talking about how, like, I forget who it was. They were talking about how they don't even do a parade lap because they don't have enough gas in the tank,
That's
and
crazy.
that even some of the factory guys will like do their parade lap and pour like a little bit, like a little
Oh, like a
bottle
water
in their
bottle?
tank.
Yeah.
So these guys, I think everyone is running on a ragged edge, and it's pretty crazy to see. I can't remember who it was that said that they don't really take the parade lap because they're worried they won't have enough gas and shit. I'm like, that's fucking scary.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think just to echo what Zach said, I think it's cool as hell that Phil went up there because not to take anything away from those guys, but honestly, Phil was like the fucking Caitlin Clark of Canadian motocross, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I've never really paid attention or cared about Canadian motocross, and this year I was like, I mean, especially talking with you guys about it, I thought it was cool as hell. So yeah, good on Phil for being the Caitlin Clark of moto.
Dude, a new bike. He switched over to Kawasaki too. He's showing Prada that the bike can win titles, no problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Hmm.
mean, it was cool to see him out there, and yeah, really cool story. All right, last couple things in here. A couple of big names returning this weekend. Ken Roxon, he's actually going to make his return this weekend. Unadilla, right? I think is where we're going. So
yeah.
he'll be back. So that'll be cool. We've seen him race Unadilla a couple of times throughout the past, so he'll be back. Also, Cole Davies, he's going to make his pro motocross debut. So remember that. But CJ, we'll start with you. Where do you think Roxon's going to fit in, and where do you think Davies is going to fit in this weekend?
I mean, Roxon's always get outdoors. I don't think he's gonna go. I don't think he's gonna go
To
win
beat Prado?
anything, but yeah, I mean, I think he can beat
Yeah.
Prado. I think we
Okay.
could see him. I think we could see Kenny top five. I don't. I mean, he's not going
Yeah.
to win, but I think. I think he has an outside shot at a podium, depending on what Eli shows up and what
Well,
RJ
Sexton's out
and
too
Sex.
now, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I mean, I think he definitely has an outside shot at a podium, top five for sure. I would say. And Cole Davies, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to expect. I think we all hope that he can bring. I mean, who knows how long he's been on the bike and how ready he is for this? Is this just some seat time or what? But we all would like to see another 250 guy come up that's not just a Supercross only type skill.
Yeah. And look, we got two guys back last week, Pierce Brown, Daxon Bennett. Pierce Brown is right back out again. We heard that Swallow's out again too. So it's just another piece to kind of put in there. But Zach, what about you? You agree? You think Roxon top five for sure? Davies, what, maybe 5 to 7 range?
I disagree with the Roxon top five for sure. I
Oh,
don't know that he's gonna have a good first moto.
I
I
smell
know
it
he's a good
bad.
starter. I know he's a good starter for sure, but he hasn't. Dude, he hasn't been riding motocross. And then the only thing that brings me back to this is last year when he rode that 250. I know it's a 250 before you fucking chop my head off, but when he came on the 250, what did he do? Like 8, 8, 9 or something like that. Ran up front and
yeah.
gassed. So I can't bank on him doing a top five. So I would say maybe like a 8, 7, 8, 6.
What's the wager? What's the wager?
Okay. You
20.
so at that, I think Prado beats him. He's throwing out a 7-8. I
I
think Prado
that's
beats
what
Roxon.
I think Prado beats him too. If Prado can do like
Woo!
No.
a 6, 7 like he's been doing, I think he does.
So what do you want to bet? You want to bet that he top fives or he beats Prado? I'm in for either
No,
one.
let's do Prado
I'm
versus Roxon.
Prado versus
What's the
Roxon.
wager?
I get Roxon. What are we betting?
Yeah.
$20.
$20. Let's get
All
it.
right.
Who am I
I
betting,
like it.
Eric or Zach?
Zach can have this one.
All right.
Taking
All right.
Zach's money
I
All
got
right,
again.
20
Kenny.
bucks. Lock it
Yes.
in. Lock it in.
I
I
got
wouldn't be
And
Kenny.
then
surprised if this is on DraftKings. Honestly, I think that's a pretty damn good pair
yeah.
up, to be
Um
honest. I
I
think
and
it's
like
then
pretty
it.
fair.
Davies, I don't want to sleep on Davies because obviously he was great Supercross, like CJ said. You'd love to see him
But
come
it
out and
doesn't sound like he's as good outdoors, though,
I don't
from
know.
what
I
we.
don't. Justin
That's
Won
has
a
what
He
he
did
combine
told us.
last
Loretta's,
year.
right? He did
Justin's probably
Loretta's
followed
a
his
year
amateur
ago.
career since he was 2, so he might be able to elaborate a little more.
He
But
he, he did win a combine at
I've
Yeah.
never seen
Ironman
him
last year.
ride outdoors or anything like that. But I just don't want to sleep on him. So
Yeah. All right.
there you go.
Justin, go over to you. So where you at, Roxon? You think he's beating Prado?
I think he's beating Prado. I think he's around the top five range. I mean, Roxon is just he's a natural outdoor rider. I think he'll be fine. I think RJ is going to beat him, but I think yeah, Prado versus Roxon, Roxon all day. Davies, it'd be interesting to see what he can do. Hopefully, he doesn't blow his load early out front and fall back. And then also, Cade Dundee is making his debut this week as well. So Dudney is racing for
Yeah.
Star
Oh,
this
that would be a good
weekend.
one.
So it'd be interesting where he's at. So
Is
Yeah. No, I'm with
Timmerman
you.
gonna
I
ride
don't
or
know.
no?
I'm not sure.
Is he
I was
taking the
surprised that he
SMX route
raced
or
the
what?
combine last weekend and didn't just go straight to the pros. But
Yeah.
I mean, he should. I mean, why not get these last 2 rounds under your belt? And
Or
it
is he
sounds like
gonna
he's
go?
going to be doing futures next year again.
is he on PC? Is
So I
PC
mean, I
picking
think
him
he would
up?
probably be the favorite there. It doesn't sound like it. It sounds like even when he's at the races, like when he went to Washougal, it sounded like he
He's
was
on his
just
own.
pitting out of his own truck. He wasn't
Yeah,
even with the Cowie tent, so
yeah. I heard
he's
he
just
didn't
Team
have a
Green, really.
ride.
Yeah, well, I mean, who do you take? I mean, they still have Drew Adams over him too. Yeah, I don't know I don't know where he
You,
really goes. He might end up at club soon.
and you got to keep
Fucking
Marchbanks. There's
Could
no
ass.
be.
way you're getting rid of Marchbanks.
Well, rumors is that Marchbank's already re-signed with PC for next year, another 1 year deal. I commented on his post and he gave me the shh, so it sounds like that might be a done deal. We'll go right back into some silly season. I heard some crazy rumors today and over the weekend. I heard there's a possibility of Roxon going to Kawasaki because Anderson's out. So maybe Roxon, Chase Sexton over there. Obviously, we have
Prado.
Tomac going to KTM.
Is Prado
Prado,
leaving
there's
this
rumors
year?
that Prado could go to KTM. It sounds like Kawasaki will let him out of his contract,
Fuck, I would too.
and Prado might go straight to KTM and stay here in the States, not go back over to MXGP.
See, that's what I was confused about. If it
And then the
was a
biggest
deal for here
one,
or MXGP.
it sounds like it's from here. What Lewis Phillips asked if he would ever go back to MXGP, and Prado said absolutely not.
I think he's lying,
So,
but
yeah. But speaking of going back to MXGP, Vial, it's confirmed he's going to be at HRC Honda 450 for MXGP. So that's kind of crazy. I mean, two Supercross titles, and then you're just going to jump ship and go back
I
over to
think, dude,
MXGP. That's crazy.
I think that's brilliant on his part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we all talked about it. He has no shot on a 450 over here. He knows it. He sees it.
hmm
Good on him for being fucking realistic and go get your bag, dude.
With his consistency, he could finish top three in points over there. I mean, there's a lot of moves in MXGP too. Like Hurlings is supposedly going to Honda. Geyser is going to is it Yamaha? I think it was.
Yep. Yamaha.
Justin, do you remember?
Yeah, Yamaha.
Yeah. So there's a lot of moves over there too. So I mean, he might kind of get put in the perfect spot while Prado's over here fucking trying to figure out surviving Supercross again. But hey, I mean, it's crazy. But yeah, good for him. And yeah, like we talked about. I mean, Prado's he can't be too far behind him. So I don't know if jumping on a KTM is going to make it any better because he's still got to learn Supercross and then go
Yeah,
back and figure out outdoors again.
him blaming it on the
So
bike and thinking a different bike is going to change it, I think is crazy. I mean, I don't know. Am I reconnecting or Justin?
Justin,
Oh,
he's been
yeah,
Is
kind of
it?
lagging.
Is it me?
yeah, yeah. I think
Yeah.
it's I don't know.
All
I
right.
mean, who knows? I think it's funny that he. Oh, we'll talk about his results when we get there, but
Yep. Any other developing stories that we missed? I don't think so. I know we didn't really go into Loretta as much. I know they had the Motor Combine this weekend. You know, Dudney ended up getting the win. They had the women's motocross too. They got red flagged and what it was like a 5 minute moto. Basically, from what I saw, they cut it like way short because of the red flag.
Yeah, I didn't even watch it.
Loretta's.
Justin, no, at this weekend.
Oh,
Yeah, this
I
weekend they
heard
did
there's a
like the
red
little
flag. I didn't
intermission
watch
thing,
it.
and I guess they had a red flag, and the moto ended up being like 5 minutes. Yeah,
so they even show it?
yeah, it was on
Yeah,
the
Yeah.
it
broadcast.
was in between the motos. It was in between Moto ones and Moto twos.
I must have been pissing for that 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Or probably throwing
the,
a
All
the only
dog's
right.
thing I
back.
caught was Nielsen eating shit.
Oh yeah, yep. All right, let's go into the 250 class. Qualifying was definitely interesting. The PC boys up top with Hammaker and Marchbanks, but at the end of the day, it was Deegan. I mean, he had the little press conference before. Looks like we lost Justin. had the press conference before. I didn't really like it. He kind of said that he was getting bored out there. That's why all the 450 talk. But to me, I'm just like, dude, Shimoda's beat your ass the last couple of rounds. Like maybe you should fight him for a win. And see to that first moto, I mean, he really made a statement. So what was it, 7, 8 seconds back, came back and really checked out on Shimoda too. But I mean, yeah, Deegan really kind of showed his true form again this past weekend.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he looks good. I still think he takes too long to. I mean, he won. A win is a win. You can't take it away from him. He looked great, but I mean, I think he passed Shimoda with like 3 laps to go. It wasn't like I don't know. I mean, yeah, he won by 8 seconds, but because he got around Shimoda and Shimoda just rode around in second place after that. But
Hmm.
I mean, I still think he's taking too long. I mean, the guy. People want to talk about him getting on a 450 and racing these complete freaks of nature that are riding 450s right now. And like you said, it's like I don't even. I mean, he barely gets the nod over who
Shimoda,
Shimoda. Yeah, I mean
yeah.
yeah, I mean he's better than Shimoda, but I just I don't know. I'm not completely sold. I would like to see. He didn't. I don't think his start was that bad, right? His start. I don't remember exactly, but
No, I
for
think
Moto
he was
One, like
buried pretty far back. Yeah, off that start. The
yeah,
second
I
one
don't.
was a lot better. I think he whole shot and checked out, but yeah,
Oh,
that first
yeah,
one,
his Moto Two whole shot was. He looked like he was on a different. He was on his 450. He was fucking crazy. He was gone, but yeah,
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, it was great. He rode great. It was a good win. You can't take it away from him. I just would like to see him get up there and make that move a lot quicker than 2 minutes left.
Yeah, Zach, it's surprising that his stars, especially on the star bike, aren't great. And 450, we know that's what you got to have. So yeah, I mean, honestly, I think that's his biggest opportunity is these stars. Because like CJ said, he's not going to be able to come up through the pack like that against these 450 guys.
Yeah, that was my point I was gonna make too. Is you gotta get us, you gotta dial your starts in. Otherwise, fuck, you're not gonna be bored. You're gonna be, you're gonna have plenty on your plate to figure out. So,
Hmm.
and like CJ said, I think watching guys like James Pryor and stuff like that, all these dominant 250 riders, Villapoto, they're making moves quick. You know that
Hmm.
battle for the lead's not with 3 laps to go. It's halfway through the moto. I know he likes to turn it on at the end of the motos and stuff like that. But like you said, Shimoda put it to him the last couple motos. And then he came out this weekend, Moto One. You know, took forever to get around him. Finally, did get around him, and like he just said, Shimoda probably sailed in, called it a day. But I think I think to say your board's kind of a whack thing. I mean,
Yeah,
you know what I mean, especially like you're not
you're
dominant
not
in
winning everything.
Supercross.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then motocross, like, any given moto, Shimoda can beat you. So who knows? But
Yeah. And Justin, welcome back. I mean, I'm kind of curious what you guys think. What was more surprising? Was it Deegan catching Shimoda, or was it Shimoda giving up an 8 second lead? Because, like we said, he's looked great, and to me, it's the latter. I was actually more surprised that Shimoda wasn't able to hold on to it, and that Deegan was able to catch up. But Justin, we'll go to you. What do you think, Deegan Shimoda? What do you think was more surprising, Shimoda losing it or Deegan taking the win?
I think it was good to see Deegan take the win. Because we have seen sometimes he does settle. If he is second that first moto and behind a little bit, he will settle a little bit. It was good to see him to get up there and get around Shimoda because Shimoda's been riding really good the last few weeks. Has won a couple motos. Deegan, I mean, especially with it being Ironman, it really made me feel a lot better about MX Nations watching his performance in the motos. So I think
Hmm.
it was really good to see Deegan make up that gap rather than Shimoda lose that gap. Because if anything, I could see Shimoda losing that gap uh, anytime.
was it
Yeah,
me, or did it seem like for me, I thought Shimoda like kind of kicked it into cruise control and was just trying to manage the gap, and then when he like didn't realize that fucking Deegan was catching him that quick, finally like noticed him and then tried to haul ass, and that's when Deegan kind of got around him and stuff. That's what it seemed like to me. Did you guys get the same thing?
I've seen Shimoda do that a few times, it seems like, while he's out leading. He kind of hits cruise control and the gap closes to a couple seconds, and then he tries getting it back going again, and then
Hmm.
it's just too late.
Well, I think it's hard too to race. Like it's hard to race hard when you're just by yourself. I think. I
hmm,
mean, RC and James and those guys have talked about it too. Like you get way out there and out front, and it's kind of hard to it's kind of hard to figure out like, hey, am I still going fast or not, or like what's going on here? And then meanwhile, Deegan's picking people off and hauling ass and charging. I think that I mean he's got pit boards, he's got to know. I'm sure
Yeah.
his mechanics giving him signals about what's happening, but I think it's a lot harder to go out there and race on your own than it is to go and race against somebody.
Well, outdoor specifically, right? Because Deegan's coming through the pack. He's seeing all the different lines that he can take. And essentially, that's what Shimoda said. They went back and looked at the tape and they just said Deegan adapted to the track more and started finding different lines quicker than what Shimoda did. But yes, you did to your point. If you're out leading, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Keep taking the same lines. But in this case, Deegan was able to catch up and make that difference. So, yeah, it was interesting, but really impressive for Deegan. Kind of right back into his groove. So Shimoda goes 2-2, Vial goes 3-3, a very quiet 3-3. Marchbanks with a fourth, followed by Drew Adam, Mikel Harup, which it sounds like Mikel Harup is actually going to be back next year. Racing
Good.
the 250, I believe, is what it sounds like. So that's going to be cool. I know we've been talking about it quite a bit. He had the opportunity to go race the 450 over an MXGP, but I mean, top six first year over here. I mean, that's pretty impressive. You think next year he's going to be, just as strong, CJ?
Yeah, I mean, I could see him on podium for sure next year. We're gonna have no Deegan.
Hmm.
These other guys. I mean,
No
hopefully we got
Vial.
no
Yeah.
Vial. Yeah, I think we could see Harp on the podium for sure. I think that's a sneaky ride for Drew Adams too. I think that's got to
Hmm.
be his best result, right?
Yeah, I
Probably,
believe
yeah.
so.
Top five, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, some good rides. I think we always end up seeing that at the end of the season. People are hurt, people are out, shit happens, and the end of the season's always a little bit weird. But that's hey, good on Drew and Harp and see what happens.
Yeah, but then you look at these results, Zach. I mean, Levi Kitchen gets an eighth, 14-4, Forkner 11-10. That's actually pretty good for Forkner. Hammaker 9-12, Thrasher, a better weekend for him, 13-11. Jordan Smith 6-19. Parker Ross, and then Julian Beaumer 15-13. I mean, you look at this outside the top eight, there's a lot of factory guys in here that are getting beat by a Maximus Bolin, a Harup, a Drew Adams. That I mean, I guess it's kind of been like that all year, but I don't know. It's surprising to see this many factory guys getting beat on a regular basis.
Next year,
Yeah,
there's
for
going to be some great battles between because that group of like 5 through 12 always seems to be mixing up. And now it's going to be probably battling for podiums and possibly race
Hmm.
wins.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry.
Think a lot of guys like Beaumere, he's supercross strong, right? So
Hmm.
that's what he showed this year. Like I think that's kind of the reasoning behind because I didn't have him anywhere near, especially after that Glen Helen combine race that they did, the lifetime race or whatever. I didn't have him anywhere inside the top five, for moto. But what surprises me the most is dudes like Kitchen, man. Like I
Hmm.
wholeheartedly before the season started, I thought for sure he would be somewhat of a title contender, right? Maybe not the guy, but at least fucking beating Shimoda.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And Vial, which is wild to me. And I don't really sleep on Volan because I think he's got speed, like you mentioned him. He's
Hmm.
always been fast, and he's been riding really good. But I think the coolest thing I've seen this weekend in Moto One was that three-way battle with the Triumph boys. That was fucking sick, dude.
Yeah, that was a hell of a commercial there too that they got. That was cool. Um, but yeah, I'm with you. I know this 250 is going to be interesting coming next year. There's going to be a lot of changes. Um, yeah, Kitchen, I'm with you too. We've always said he's been weird. He just can't seem to get it figured out. I don't know what it is. But looking at the points here, obviously Deegan still has a huge lead over Shimoda. Marchbanks has taken, shoot, he has a 21-point lead, third overall. I mean, we've talked about this a few months ago, saying Marchbanks has been the best PC guy and he needs to get signed. And sure enough, he's showing it. He's going to ride this thing as long as nothing goes wrong. Followed by Kitchen, Tom Vial, Harup sixth overall, Volan seventh over Hammaker, Mosman, and Jordan Smith sitting at 10. But yeah, CJ, to me, it's really surprising that you see quite a bit of these guys that did so well in Supercross struggle so much outdoors. I mean, you look at Jordan Smith, Justin mentioned Julian Beaumer. I don't know. Usually it's the other way around. So to me, it's really surprising, especially Beaumare. We know the guy has raw speed, and he's really struggled for outdoors.
Yeah, it almost seems like the new age of like these kids riding at compounds that have supercross
Hmm.
tracks so young. Like we're starting to see they're starting to find because back in the day when they didn't have access to that stuff, the only time they ever saw a track was like the U.S. Open in Vegas or something like that on the 85, and that
Hmm.
was it. And so they had to learn Supercross, so they came in super good on motocross, and then eventually the James Stewarts and the people like that developed Supercross and then became good. Where now it's almost like these guys are developing Supercross, and that's some of them are just good at it and not outdoors. I mean, we saw that with McGrath and some other guys that just I don't know, they take to it better. It's surprising, like you said. I mean, everything that's set up for an amateur national is outdoors, so you think that some of those guys would be better, but I don't know. I mean, it's hard for me to even think that. It makes me wonder, like, what kind of Omer are we going to get in Supercross? Like, you can't. How do you go
Hmm.
out there and get 13, 15, and then think that you're still going to be a competitor come Supercross time? So I don't know.
Well, especially how much Supercross unraveled after the halfway mark when it started getting ruts. Ever since that point, it really hasn't recovered from them. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, we'll definitely see. But yeah, I mean, that's a good point. And Zach, we kind of talked about it at this point. Supercross is starting to get, or is more important than Loretta's is, right? So we have the Supercross futures, SMX futures. That's where the money is on the Supercross side. So yeah, I mean, CJ makes a good point. I think now these kids growing up, motocross is always going to be there, but I think if you want to get that ride in that future, you got to know Supercross. You can't just do outdoors only and make a career out of it.
Yeah, especially as like a parental standpoint. Like if your kid's got skills to do this professionally, like you're gonna push him in Supercross at a younger age than like TikTok and Instagram videos. I see kids on 65s ripping Supercross tracks and
Hmm.
50s and stuff like that. Like so the baseline has started a lot younger, so they're and most like Boom Air to me seems like he's more interested in just riding Supercross, making the better money there, and then motocross. Fuck, I don't want to grind it out all summer long and train my fucking ass off for 100 grand or something.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. You know what I mean? So, I mean, yeah, like you said, money talks. So all these kids getting in there younger just makes them better at Supercross. And
Yeah. And just, it would be cool to see maybe Loretta's make a change to similar like Minios, how Minios does a supercross portion and then an outdoors. I mean, who knows if Loretta's has enough room, but it would be cool for them maybe to implement some kind of amateur supercross scene or something just to kind of, make it a little bit different and kind of adjust with the times that are going on.
Well, I think now with the Supercross, I mean, you see it everywhere at all these arena crosses. There's a lot more amateur arena crosses. I mean, what is there, two or three main arena cross series now? I see there's one like back east that's on Fox, and
Hmm.
then we have the one that's out west, and I think there's a third one. So there's a lot of little Supercross, arena cross for a lot of these amateurs to start on. Plus, like CJ said, the compounds and everything like that. Um, yeah, I think Supercross is obviously where the money's at. So they're gonna go pay someone to go win a Supercross title because that's under the lights and more people are there normally.
Yep. All right. Well, boys, anything else 250 class that you guys want to discuss before we jump over to 450s?
Parker Ross, seventh, second moto, another good ride.
Yeah, I mean,
Where does
where
he
do you
go?
think you should go next? I mean, if I'm club and I'm looking for a 250 guy, I think you go right at him. I think club's going to be a better opportunity than Bar X. I don't think any factory teams are necessarily going to go for him, but Yamaha to Yamaha. But yeah, I mean, even his Supercross has been really solid too. So if
I
I'm
mean, I
club, I'm
would.
picking up the phone. I'm making a call and see.
I mean, I don't know what the room looks like on Star, but I would rather have him on Star than
Hmm.
Thrasher
Yeah,
or
Bennick.
Bennick or yeah. I mean, they've got to have some seats coming open, and I don't know that we'll have to see what Dudney does, but I mean, Parker Ross is still not a slouch in Supercross. I mean, yeah, he's not going to
Yeah,
go win his one race that Thrasher's going to win, but overall, he's probably better.
yeah.
Hmm.
Hey, yeah,
what
you put
about
him
like
in a
Yeah,
legitimate program like a star, where he's, iron sharpens iron. He's racing with the fastest guys in the week. Yeah, absolutely, he's going to get better.
Yep, Parker Ross is beating Julian Beaumer, Jalik Swoll, Nate Thrasher, Masterpool. I mean, a couple of them were hurt, but still to be beating them, those are factory guys. Especially Thrasher.
Yeah.
He's been there every week. He hasn't been hurt. He's just
And
Why
been
not
he's
the
sucking.
Why not the
he's
European
brand
group
new on
either
that
though?
bike too. He was on Honda in Supercross, did well. Now he's over on Yamaha. He's doing just as good.
Yeah, I think Harup's staying with Triumph. He's got a good deal there. They're probably paying him nice money.
Yeah, yeah. It doesn't sound like he's going to go anywhere. But yeah, Zach, what about you, Parker Ross,
I could
or
see him going
anything
to
else
like
250s?
I don't see why like a Husky or whoever gas whatever the fuck team stays
Hmm.
doesn't reach out or something like that. You know what I mean? Especially with KTM losing VL. So someone's gonna go over to KTM and why not reach out to Husky or Husky reach out to them? I could see it happening. Or
Oh,
I
you
think
get
it
him
wouldn't be
dirt
a bad
cheap
move,
too.
but yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, you
Yeah,
get
exactly.
him
because
and I
dirt
think
cheap.
KTM, I forgot about that. KTM's got to fill that east or west seat.
Hmm.
What are they gonna do?
and
Well, everything that I've
Benek is
heard is they
up
just run
too.
1 250. They're just going to run Beaumer and then
But
Tomac and fuck, I don't
AP,
know. Yeah, AP. That's it. Because now that Vial's leaving, I mean, unless Prado goes over there, they run 3 450s. But that was the plan when Vial was staying, is that they're going to do 3 450s and 1 250.
and that
So
Ian
wild.
Harrison was asked that by I think Lewis Phillips after the race, and he didn't want to
Couldn't confirm
comment
it.
because
Yeah,
he couldn't confirm if they're doing 3 450s or
two and
two
two.
250. Yeah, which I mean Benek
Yeah,
is up too from Star, so I don't see him staying at Star.
fuck.
So there are rumors of him going to Honda, but I'm like Joe's not
Why?
leaving. I don't know either. That's a stupid
Bennett's
rumor.
been like a LeBlanc. He's been like a Styles Rock. Like the guy hasn't
Phoenix
done
Honda.
anything.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. There you go. So yeah, interesting. All right. Anything else 250s before we get into the crazy 450 class? All right. Well, jumping over to the 450, Jet was the fastest qualifier. RJ looked great, second overall. But Jet, let's go right into it. The penalty. I mean, I think we can all agree the actual penalty that he got was pretty harsh and pretty crazy. But CJ, we'll start with you. One, do you think he should have gotten penalized for the whole gate debacle? Yes or no? And if so, what do you think the penalty maybe should have been?
I mean, sure. You can give him a penalty. I mean, you can freeze the pain and see that he. I mean, he definitely. Whether you blame it on Jeremy Hand for jumping and throwing him off or not or whatever, he did jump the gate. He hit the gate. He knocked it over. Whatever. And at one
Mhm.
point, his tire was a fucking dick hair in front of everybody else's. But like, I, a lap is insane, dude. A lap
Yeah,
is fucking insane.
yeah,
Like, dude, you compare that to some other sport. That's fucking crazy. Like, what are they even thinking? Who came up with that? A lap? Like, that's
yeah.
I don't know. Like, what the answer is, I don't know. And I know that it's been a rule. Apparently, that's never been enforced before because otherwise we would have talked about this. But a lap is absolutely fucking. That's like throwing someone in jail for life for speeding, dude.
It,
That's
it,
insane.
it, it,
Uh,
it's like being ejected for a holding penalty in
yeah,
football.
it's dude. It's just like
Yeah.
the crime does not match the fucking consequence at all. I think. I mean, if you would have docked him two positions or something
Hmm.
like that, like that's what I would have guessed. Like if you would have said, "Hey, he's going to get a penalty. What do you think's going to happen?" I probably would have said two positions or something. Like that's what I would have
Yep.
been like. Yeah, it's still even if they would have docked him two positions for that, I still would have said AMA was a bunch of pussies. But one lap
Hmm.
is fucking bizarre.
Yeah,
Especially
and
when
Zach,
you
imagine think about 2 years ago, or 2 years, 3 years ago when it was Tomac and Sexton. Imagine this happens and what was it, a 17-point swing, or it's more than that he missed out on.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
luckily this title is basically kind of out of reach. But if this thing was even closer, HRC would fucking lose it.
Oh yeah.
Right, especially as the thing that boggles my mind the fucking most is when you look at the start, he came around the first corner and what, like 18th, I think it was, something like that,
Twenty
like
A
third.
little further back,
Yeah.
yeah.
23rd,
No,
yeah.
he was like
23rd,
20,
yeah.
yeah, 23rd.
I mean, it didn't he didn't get any kind of advantage over anybody. Like I don't know, that's like I'm with CJ, a fucking lap. That is asinine to me. And yeah, dude, if I'm Lars or anything like that, and it's a closer championship fight, they're fucking just up the AMA's ass for that shit.
So let's talk about this, Justin. What would constitute a one lap penalty? What could happen on the track that would deserve a one lap penalty?
I don't even know because if you're docking someone one lap, I mean, you might as well just black flag them.
Just
I'm
black
like,
flag
what?
him at that
Yeah,
point.
like
Yeah.
what? Yeah, there's
Yeah.
like no like a lap. The crazy part though is he got docked a lap in third place and still finished getting points at 17. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
like,
Yeah.
Well, it
like
sounded like
that's
that was the favor because he could have got DQ'd or the one lap, but like, hey, at least one lap, he's still going to get points
it's
for
still
it. But
ridiculous because if you look, it's like you could tell it wasn't on intention. He flinched when the other guy flinched, and it's not like he just kept riding out like he was doing a wheelie, fucking 10 bikes in front of everyone. He pretty much stopped,
Mhm.
and then, dude, he if you look right off the line, he was still like maybe 3 bikes behind him, and then he squeaked through the first corner. But I mean, yeah, it wasn't an advantage or anything like that. It's just a stupid fucking AMA Bush League fucking rules. Like it's just ridiculous.
And honestly,
Yeah,
dude,
I
like
don't know.
he handled that so fucking good too. Like he was frustrated, and part of it obviously is he
It
had
is a
such a huge
60-point lead.
yeah, right. He had a huge point lead, but dude, I tell you what, I don't care if I had 100 point lead. Like I would not have handled it the way Jet and I would have fucking burnt the whole track down, dude. Like I would
Oh,
have
dude, if
fucking found everyone in an AMA jersey and drug them to the fucking semi and gave them all fucking swirlies, bro. Because that shit, I would have been so far. I was heated for Jet, and I wasn't even fucking there. The way he handled it was I thought that was class act. Like he was a little frustrated, but dude, I would have fucking burnt the whole track down.
Oh yeah, if this
Yeah,
was
I
Stu
mean,
or something, and
it's
Stu got docked a lap, dude, Big
Oh,
James would
dude,
be over there so quick, fucking kicking everyone's ass. Or like
it
if
would
it
have
was
flipped
Reed,
the
Reed
fucking
be in there,
AMA trailer
yeah,
upside down.
dude, it's just ridiculous. Bush League is fucked.
yeah. I mean, it's there's got to be a penalty there. Like we said, we can't even think of anything that would constitute a one lap penalty. But yeah, I mean, it was absolutely crazy to me. AMA needs to go through their entire rule book and just redo it because it just seems like every year there's some rule that comes up that just fucking crazy as hell that no one knows about
Well, I
until it
think
happens.
this year especially, like I've been watching moto for a long time. Like growing up, we all watch moto together and stuff. And dude, the guy running across the start line with the fucking
Mm-hmm.
Restart.
flag, like
Yeah.
to restart him.
Yeah.
This going on now, like I think there was that the one in Supercross that Anstey got
Yeah.
passed,
Yeah.
and you know
Oh
what I mean.
yeah,
Like
With
there's
like
been
three
so many
minutes to
just
go or 3 laps to
Or
go or
yeah,
some
calling the
dude.
shit.
Like
calling the
yeah,
race fucking 5 laps early because there's lightning in another state.
Yeah.
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 It's like what
Yeah.
the fuck is going on with you guys this year? Like in my mind, nothing in the past has ever been like this. So it's like what the hell is going on? This is the year of wonders.
Well, not only that, then you see there's a clip of Deegan fucking wide open off the side of the track when he goes
Yeah.
off that straightaway, and fucking nothing happens. And they say, well, you didn't gain an advantage there, but kind of the same point to Jet. Hitting the gate, I don't know, anyone that's ridden, hitting the gate is no advantage at all.
No.
One, you feel like a fucking dumbass for doing it. And two, you're usually dead last off the gate anyway. So, yeah, and I guess that was Honda's thing is they're just like, hey, guys, like, we just saw that clip of Deegan. You guys aren't penalizing him. Like, there's too many, shades of gray with this, but it just never fails. Another just asinine rule that is just crazy. And across the entire moto environment, as people say, one lap is just unreal. It just,
One
yeah,
lap is like, dude, it's just I literally could not come up with anything that you dock
no,
somebody a lap. Like at that, like if someone does something bad enough for a lap, like that's how bad one lap is in this sport. If they do
yeah,
something bad enough to consequently get a fucking 1 lap penalty, they should just be black flagged. Like
yeah,
one
Yep.
lap, like this is the best case scenario that he got 17th instead of 23rd or whatever. That would be no
yeah,
points because it's
yeah,
Jet Lawrence. Anybody else that got docked a lap is not fucking getting any points. Black flag him. Otherwise, you're just putting him out there risking his life for nothing.
yeah. Because he's not going to fucking know, right? It's not
Yeah.
like they told him, hey, you're going to get a one lap penalty in this next moto. He just fucking found out at the end. It was like, oh, shit, okay.
And the fact that he was damn near battling for the lead after that shit is crazy too. I mean, he came
Yeah.
from 23rd,
Well,
and
no, he won. Oh, yeah. That moto. Yeah. The
yeah,
first
I mean,
moto.
he
Yep.
he caught up to Chase, and then I think
Mhm.
and Chase ended up winning the fucking moto. So I mean, he was up
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. So let's go. So let's go into that. I know, honestly, that was probably one of the best battles that I've seen. to me personally, I thought that was Chase Sexton's best ride I've seen. I know there was a Hangtown one, but keep in mind there was no Eli out there. Jet was banged up, but to me, Sexton looked unreal. He even went down. He held off Jet. That was a really cool, cat and mouse that they had there, and then he ended up chasing down Hunter too. But Justin, we'll start with you. I mean, yeah, that cat and mouse between those two was pretty sick, and it was good to see Sexton try to kind of use his size and put up a fight because usually we don't see that.
Well, like we kind of mentioned earlier about MX Nations, after watching
Justin.
that first moto, I was fired up. Can you hear me?
Hmm. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Must have a delay.
yeah, I think there is. But yeah, it was just like, what the hell, dude? Like, that's what we've been wanting to see out of Chase for so long. And then finally it happens. And then, second moto, what happens. But I mean, that first moto was so good. I was so stoked. I think the biggest disappointment, I was bummed on Tomac that first moto.
Hmm. Yeah, and it sounds like he was sick, which they don't fucking tell us anyways. But it sounded like Tomac was sick. He bounced back in that second moto. Sexton not so that whole second moto in general was crazy. Sexton obviously going down, but yeah, Zach, we'll go to you. That first moto, what do you think? Sexton, was that his most impressive ride, or do you think maybe the Hangtown one was still a little bit better going last the first?
No, I don't know. I mean, that's obviously just a legendary ride, but um, recently I love the way he rode in that moto. Watching that, I was super stoked. Like actually, shutting the door with authority on Jet and not backing off of him. Letting him know like, hey, I got the number one plate for a reason. And then I'm starting to think like, fuck, dude, we're being getting robbed all summer of what this
Hmm.
could have been. If this dude would have just fucking showed up because he's got the speed. Clearly he's got the fucking speed to hang with the kid. Um, so yeah, I was super pumped, and then I'm like, fuck, man, this could have been badass all season, and now to see that he's not gonna be here the rest of the outdoors, I'm like, fuck you, bro, like pissing me off. So.
Yeah, I mean, to me, after that, I'm like, I want to see another year of Sexton on this KTM bike, right? We're not going to get
Mm.
it, but he shows he can damn near ride that thing to its capability. CJ, another story that's going on with that same thing is people are saying Jet quit. He just basically said, mail it in, I can't beat him, so he just gave up and just said, whatever. Is that what you saw, or do you think this was just Jet saying, hey, you know what? Why am I fighting this guy and chance of going down? I got this title wrapped up. He's not even in it.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? He hit the gate. He came from 23rd. I mean, he just rode his ass off to get up there. And I mean, who knows? I mean, you're battling a guy that I don't want to say Chase is fresh, but I mean, Jet just had to go through 21 other guys to catch up to him. And I don't know. Maybe he said, yeah, do what I can do. A 3-1 will get me close to that top spot. I'm going to win the championship. Why even risk it? I don't know. But it's hard to tell. I mean, it's hard to put anything against Jet. The dude is so fucking good. It seems like he can do whatever he wants. So when he doesn't win, it's almost like he didn't want to win by choice.
Yeah, no, true. Or like we saw, I can't remember what I think it was Washugo. We saw him kind of push the Chase, and we watched him kind of wash that front, and that was kind of it.
Yep.
But going back to Chase, let's go into that second moto. As good as the first moto was, I mean, CJ, kind of a weird incident. It sounds like maybe his front brake was locked up once he went up that lip, but I don't know. You can't really explain this shit with Sexton. It continues to happen.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I know KTM came out with their press release saying something was wrong with the back brake, so he had to grab the front brake, and then the front brake caliper got jammed with mud and whatever. I mean, the story just doesn't really seem to add up. The whole thing looked bizarre. It looked like he was just, I don't know, dude, looked gooned out over that jump. Obviously, something was wrong there, but I don't know. I mean, and then it seemed to me like if anything was going to be wrong, it was going to be his leg. He kind of fell from the sky with his leg like under the bike, and he jumped back up, tried to get on the bike. The front end was locked up, and then next thing you know, it's his shoulder. So I don't know,
Dude,
man.
that 360 could have done the shoulder, dude. If he was holding on to that thing, the way how that thing fucking whipped around on him, it could
Oh,
have just been straight
when
from
he tried to
that.
pick it up.
Yeah, dude, it just like it did like a full like 360, kind of like knocked him off balance and shit. But I don't know. The weirdness never stops, Zach. And to me, I know what the answer is going to be here for all you guys. But is Sexton the softest champion we've seen?
Yeah,
Got to.
Yeah.
He's got to be. You know what's wild to me is you look at this situation, right? Like you just had a badass first moto. You know you're switching teams. Um, you know this thing happens. It's like, dude, mentally, like you just quit. Like walking when I watched him walk off the side of the track, I could tell like he's fucking done. Left his bike
Yeah.
there and just walked off. Like you just legitimately just fucking quit on yourself because of the bike. You know what I mean? Like you
Well,
can
to be
fucking say
fair,
your
that bike
shoulders.
wasn't fucking going anywhere. He
Well,
tried moving
okay,
that
but
thing and
I'm
it
just
wasn't going
saying.
anywhere.
I'm saying to sit out these rounds that we got coming up,
Yep.
like and say you could say your shoulder hurts all you fucking want, but everyone with a fucking brain knows that you just fucking quit. You want to ride that bike as little as possible. You don't want. There's something got to be going on with him and that team that no one's saying anything because I've never seen anything like this, dude. Fuck. Back in the day, if James or Ricky did something like that, Suzuki probably been fucking take a hike, bro. You ain't fucking riding this bike the rest of the year. You know what I mean? Like the way everything's going now is just beyond me, which I don't get it. But
Yeah, I mean, I just defending champion, I think these guys want to run the number one plate as long as they can, because let's be honest, chances are this is probably the last time he's going to be able to run it. We saw what happened at Paula, like you mentioned, right? He announced he's done for outdoors or whatever the case may be. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's to me, it's just crazy. I'm not surprised that he just said screw it, and it's just weird to me, CJ. Like it would be different if like the KTM engine blew up and he just got stranded there, right? Like this is very much a freak accident. Wasn't something that just the KTM failed on. So for him to just bail after, he's been looking good, getting this momentum, it sucks. But yeah, man, look at all these past champions. I don't think we've ever seen anyone that has just won a title and then
I
basically
feel
just
like,
kind of quit without having a legitimate injury that following season.
yeah, I mean, I think we said earlier in the year. I feel like it's like 2023 all over again. As soon as he went and got whooped up on by Jet, he came down with whatever six different
Mono.
sicknesses he had
Hmm.
until Jet was far enough ahead. Then he decided to come back, and it seemed like he did the exact same this year. He didn't even play around this year. He just basically said, "I don't know. I need a brain
Need a
break or
break.
whatever the
Yeah.
fuck he did." Yeah, like he didn't even make up an excuse. He just didn't ride,
Yeah.
and I don't know. And it seems to me like the same thing is happening. We get all the haters in the comments that are all, Sexton lovers and mad and saying that he rides and goes through more adversity than anybody and blah, 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 blah. And we got guys out there, Tomac lined up with a broken fucking ankle, literally
Hmm.
broken, and he rode the race, got points, and this dude falls over in an outdoor and going into SMX, and yeah, I don't know, dude. He's just, to me, he's just a crybaby. He's always a head case. I don't see how he ever fixes it. I mean, what does he think he's going to get on a Kawasaki and all those problems just go away? I mean, they're not going to go away just because the color of the bike
No.
changed.
No, he's always going to be searching for that perfect. I mean, I even heard stories that like at the test track he runs one shock in the morning because it's muddy, and then in the afternoon he changes to a different setting in the afternoon, like in just one day. So, but yeah, I'm with you. It's all in the head of his. It could be some bad luck too. But yeah, going to Cali, honestly, I think it's not even as good as a program support as factory Red Bull, KTM is, and I don't know who he's going to be, training with over there. Who knows? Maybe if a Roxon goes over, that could be pretty good for him. But yeah, Justin, what are your overall thoughts as far as Sexton?
Who fucking knows? He needs to toughen up. Maybe he needs to go hang out with Rhino and go into the desert like Rhino did with Axel in that video and fucking do something. Because, I mean, it seems every year. I mean, he's always crashing out when everyone's healthy. He's always, I need a break. I need this. I'm done. Or it's like the last year of every team he's with. It's always issues, issues, issues. He did the same thing with Honda. Now he's doing the same thing with
Well,
KTM.
to be fair, that's happened before, right? Like we
It
saw Cooper
has,
Webb
but
do it a year or
not.
two ago. He just said, "Fucking, I'm out because I'm leaving KTM and going to Yamaha," and he just bailed.
But he wasn't my shoulders bruised, I can't race or
True.
this or
Well,
that.
to
He
be
was straight
fair,
up
Webb
there. I
wasn't
don't want
racing
him to be at the
outdoors,
bike.
period. Webb wasn't even
Yes.
racing outdoors. So in this case, like if you are Sexton, like what do you like? What do you do? Do you like we see Ken Roxon do it now? These guys are doing it at the end of their careers, but we saw Mookie skip outdoors for a while. Do we see Sexton just say, "Fuck, I'm just going to focus on Supercross and
And
I mean,
what,
I
cut
keep
the
think
this
front?
rest"?
if you're not a top guy, I mean, outdoors sucks. If you're not
Yeah,
the guy that's getting the win bonuses and getting the $1 million championship, the fucking outdoors sucks, dude. It's 100
yeah,
degrees. You're breaking everything on the fucking bike constantly. It's miserable. You're training your dick off in the summertime. Who the fuck wants to ride motocross if you're not Jet, Hunter, Eli, these guys that can cash in a win bonus or a possible championship? Like, why go and I mean, all these guys got money in the bank. Like, they're all making
yeah,
enough money and making salary, and like if you're Ken Roxton or these other guys, it's like, what is an extra whatever 250 grand that he's going to make outdoors? Like, let me hang out with my family in the air conditioning, and I'll show up for Supercross under the lights.
yeah.
Oh, I think SMX now makes outdoors key. I mean, I think that's one reason why we're seeing Davies come back this week. You know, not to go back to 50, but I mean, he's almost out on the SMX points. We kind of talked
Roxon.
about Roxon. Yeah, there's a couple, Ferrandis, I think, as well.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a couple of these guys that now it's like they do have to go race outdoors because they didn't get enough points in Supercross. And I know we can't,
Well,
we're kind of throwing ideas around on like, how do we make this even? Because it's not right. You know, you got 22 motos to score points compared to 17. So,
yeah, yeah, that's the problem. I think the point system for, and I don't know how this hasn't been talked about, but I don't know why we haven't heard this from other people. Because to me, looking at the points, it doesn't make any sense. Motocross is way heavier weighted by over 150 points.
Mm-hmm.
It's heavier weighted than Supercross is for SMX. You have like Justin said, you can get 50 points for 11 weeks. In Supercross, you can get 26 points for 17 weeks. So you're missing out on I think we did the math earlier. You're missing out on what would be like 4 or 5 Supercross wins, which is more wins than the fucking Supercross champion even had last year. I think
Mm-hmm.
they have to even that out. Like these guys, and maybe that's why they do it, is to force these guys to come right
I think
outdoors.
it's like
Maybe,
I disagree. I think they gotta make there's gotta be some kind of incentive with motocross. Like you said, the double
yeah, maybe
points is
that's
why the
it.
guys go do it. Because if you make it the same as Supercross, they're just gonna be like, whatever,
It just sucks. I think
racing
what
twice the
I
amount of
think what
guys.
the part that frustrates me, I think, is that Chase Sexton or Cooper Webb wins Supercross and he's the champion. And Jet basically didn't ride Supercross. Jet is the outdoor champion. Yeah, albeit he's more dominant in outdoors than Cooper was in Supercross, but the points aren't even fucking close. Like, if you were
Mm-mm.
to just look at the Supercross points that Cooper got and the outdoor points that Jet got, I mean, for a guy that really didn't ride Supercross and a guy that's not riding outdoors, it ain't even close. Like
Yeah.
he would be 2 fucking miles behind Jet, and they're both going to be champions. I don't. That's the part that I disagree with. I do understand like maybe it's an incentive to come out and ride outdoors, but I don't know. To me, it seems a little odd.
yeah, I just looked up the points difference for SMX, and it's like Jet didn't even race hardly any Supercross, and he's at 483, and Webb's the champ, and he's at 516, and he's not racing the rest. So he's
And
gonna
he rode
lose.
outdoors. He did ride
Yeah.
outdoors.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, a
now he's
couple of
hurt,
them,
but
yeah.
he's out now. But I mean, yeah, I mean, Jay Coop's the only guy I think that's raced like every race I think this year, and I mean he's gonna have it. But let's be real, is Jay Coop gonna, I mean, be the title guy for
And
SMX?
Probably
so
not.
what?
No.
No.
And so what happens? I don't even really remember exactly.
So
So
it's
what
just a
happens if you're the
seeding.
point? Yeah,
So
but
if you're the
yeah,
points
what does
leader,
it do?
you get 25 points to start out the first round.
Yeah. Next
So
guy gets
Second gets
22.
22.
so the way it looks
Yep.
right
Well, it's
now,
not that big of a deal.
Sexton and Webb are both out for the rest of SMA or the rest of outdoors, and Jet's gonna score probably at least another 100 points. So that's gonna move him into second. I don't see him catching Jakub, but I mean he's gonna be sitting with 22 points coming into SMX, and he
Yeah, he's
didn't
gonna
have
be
to really race
three.
Supercross.
Yeah, he's gonna be 3 points behind Jay Coop, which is gonna be nothing to make up for in SMX.
Yeah,
Well, what I'm
Especially with
seeing
it being
here is
Jacob.
that honestly, like it kind of works in favor, right? Because if you look at it, you got Cooper Webb and Chase Sexton that raced all of Supercross. They're sitting number 2 and number 3 in the SMX points with pretty hefty leads. So it's almost like, hey,
but
if you do well in Supercross, you don't have to worry about busting your ass
Well,
at
I think
outdoors
that's
like a Cooper
exactly
Webb
what.
because you already gained so much points. But for those guys that are like, shit, I got to make up some points, outdoors is perfect because you can make 50 points a week.
And that's I think exactly what Cooper Webb and Ken Roxon are doing. I think that they're like, I'm
Hmm.
in, so why the fuck do this? Like we're 35 years old.
yeah. Yeah, and
Yeah,
like right
like you
now,
said, like the points only really matter for those that are actually going to have a chance. Like the Sextons, the Lawrences, they a 1 or 2 points going to make a difference versus Jay Coop. It's not going to make a difference. You could give him 10 points, and he's still not going to win the damn thing.
yeah, the seeding really only favors the top three guys because
Yeah,
I mean everyone else they just get in. Like Justin Hill's sitting at 194 points in an 18, and he hasn't touched an outdoor track,
yeah,
and he's probably
yeah,
still going to get in no matter what. He's probably not going to have to race at all.
yep, yeah. So yeah, I know I'm with you. I mean, the only other thing is shorten the Supercross season. Give these guys a longer break. I don't think you can really shorten outdoors anymore. But I don't know. I mean, I don't think anything's really gonna change, and I think we're gonna continue to see this. Where Jake Coop's the only one that's competed in every race this season. That honestly, that's a problem for the sport. Imagine
Malcolm.
NFL, MLB, if your star guys, your stars in your sport aren't even able to finish the entire season and play every single game.
I mean,
It's like
baseball,
Tom
you
Brady
see it a
missing
lot.
missing 3 or 4 games. Yeah, but baseball has 162 games. It's a little different.
Yeah,
But
I
this
mean,
so
I,
also
I
isn't.
have a
This
question. What
also isn't
happens
fucking
with
baseball though.
True.
what happens
What
with
was
the
that,
guys
CJ?
like RJ and who's the other one? RJ and somebody else that have like RJ's in like top 20 in 250 and 450. What happens with
Yeah,
SMX?
so
Can he
he's
ride either
he's
yeah,
one
yeah,
or
he's gonna pick. Yeah, he gets to pick
yeah.
which one. My guess
RJ's
he's gonna go
18th.
250. He actually has a chance at winning that, to be
I
honest.
don't know because he's 18th right now in 250 standings, and you got Davies coming back, and he's only 2 points back. I don't think Hampshire's going to want to race an LCQ in the 250.
Yeah, but
And
yeah, that
450
is
pays
interesting.
more. 450 pays more, and he's been running a top five, top six, and 450.
You know
Why
what they
not?
there's
should
another
do?
guy. There's
They
someone
should
else too.
do.
Who's the other one?
Hold
Someone
on, let me
else is the
look.
same way. Someone else is like top 20 on a
Mm,
250 and a 450.
Jordan
Probably
Smith, or
Shock.
no,
Cody
no.
Shock.
Cody Shock. Yeah,
Cody
Cody,
Cody
Shock
Shock.
race
yeah,
250. Yeah,
Shock's 21st in 250, and he's like, I think 20th in 450.
21st and 452.
Yeah, so he's 21st in both, but I mean, which one are you going to go? I think 450 pays out more. So, I mean, you might as well go race the 450, even if you are still finishing 18th.
Yeah, I don't think Cody Shock's raced the 450 Supercross, though.
Well, he's done outdoors. He's been doing all outdoors on 450. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. That'd be interesting. But yeah, I mean, yeah, if you're RJ, you're not going to win being that far back in 250 SMX. You'll win races, but you're not going to be able to make up that gap. So yeah, at this point, you might as well just line up for 450 and just
At least get some
see how it
practice in
goes.
on it.
Yeah, I mean, might as well. I mean, he's going to have to race it anyways in Supercross, so yeah, I don't see why not.
I was just
But
wondering
yeah,
how
it'll
that
be
worked.
interesting.
I didn't know. I mean, what if he wanted to race both? Will they fucking let him?
I don't think they allow
Geez,
that
like
anymore.
like like the old guys used to do, and used to race like 125 in the 500 class, and
Like
or
arena
race the whole
cross. Arena
three.
cross. They race like 3 fucking main events.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. That is interesting, but that's what I would think that he'll probably just go with the
So
450s.
I just pulled out the 450 SMX championship payout. So say RJ gets like eight. RJ gets eighth in 450 SMX. It's 100 grand. If he finishes fourth in the 250, it's 100 grand.
Yeah,
So, and the
Yeah.
win, I mean, it's not a huge difference.
Which both
Second
of
in
those are
SMX is
probably
250.
both of those. I mean, honestly, I think he could get 8th in 450 better than he could get 4th in 250. To be honest.
yeah. Well, yeah, because he's
Yeah.
so far back in the points.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
they do
That would
that.
be
But I mean,
sick.
they do the double, triple points. So I mean, maybe he
Yeah.
could make up a lot of points.
How sick
That's
would
what it's
that be
designed
though?
to do.
If he just is like, hey guys, fucking roll me out too. I want to go make fucking 200.
Yeah.
Hey,
Why
That'd be
he's
not?
the
sick.
guy
Fuck
to
it.
do it. He's the one
Hey
that'll do it.
RJ,
That's
if
for
you're
damn sure.
listening, 250 and a 450 SMX, be sick.
Hell yeah, that'd be sick. Um, yeah, I don't know. That's going to be interesting. Kind of see what they do there. I mean, honestly, what they should do is that if you win a title, Supercross 250, you should be number 1 seed or number 2 seed. Period.
Yeah.
You just won a title because it sucks because he won his Supercross title, right? Um, and then he just gets boned. Like he's
Yeah.
18 back and doesn't even make it. No, if you win the title, you should already get locked. You're the number 1 or number 2 seed, however you want to do it. Maybe put Supercross first because it's
Yeah.
more rounds. And like, hey, you're
Or
automatically number 1 seed. So if you want to
or
take
you
outdoors off, you're good, but you're locked in.
Well, or you could do champions automatically locked in 1 and 2, and then whatever your
Mhm.
average finish position will determine if you're first or second between the Supercross and outdoors
Yeah.
for the number one. And then 250, you can just do the same thing, split the coast, and then you're outdoors.
Yeah, because if you're trying to make SMX important, RJ is probably a clear example of it's not really working because your Supercross champion is not going to be racing his 250 out there most likely.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I don't know, interesting. Well, talking about overalls, it kind of got overshadowed. Hunter Lawrence gets his first overall win. He goes 2-2. But yeah, Justin, with all the other stuff that was going on, I kind of feel bad for him. He's not really getting any of the recognition now. He also didn't win a moto. Um, to me, that does matter a little bit, but I mean, it's still cool that, Hunter got his first overall win. It was bound to happen eventually.
Yeah, it's cool to see Hunter win it. I mean, I think RJ is more of the one to talk about than the Hunter. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, congrats on Hunter, but I mean, we've seen Hunter battle Sexton up front all last year. Hunter's been up there this year, but RJ to be the rookie going 3-4. I mean, in reality, it's really a 4-4 if you don't take away Jets, Doc overlap. But yeah, RJ I think was more impressive than Hunter's, in my opinion. I would love to see, because I mean, we went 2-2 for first, 3-4 for second, and then 6-3 for third. That's a lot of positions, for a podium. I want to know like the last time we've had that much parity, on a podium for rate moto finishes.
I mean, that's not that much. 2, 2, 3, 4. You see that on the podium all the time.
But a 6-3 for third. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just been a
Yeah,
while
I
since
mean,
we've
even
really
that.
seen that. I mean,
But
250
yeah, I
you
mean,
can see it,
you
but
got Jed got a
yeah,
17th and Sexton got a
yeah,
DNF, right?
yeah,
That's gonna shake it up a bit. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, Zach. To me, a win is still a win, right?
yeah.
That's great. RJ, he went 3-4 second. I mean, nothing to take away from RJ. That's sick. But there's no way I'm putting a second overall over a first overall, regardless of how it looked.
No, for sure. I think that, and it's crazy too because when he crossed the finish line, it was almost like either one, he didn't give a shit, or two, I don't think he
Hmm.
realized that he did
I don't think he
get the
knew.
overall. Um, but yeah,
Well, I
I
think he knew
agree. I
the
mean,
whole Jet thing, but I don't think he knew about
it doesn't
Sexton yet.
matter
Maybe.
if you don't win a
Well,
moto, it
his
doesn't
bike was
matter.
still there.
It's the best of two for a reason. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. And he was the clearly the best one for the weekend. So, props to him. I think it's sick. He's been riding really freaking good. And then RJ, man, fuck. I honestly I wish he would have moved up sooner.
Hmm.
He's been pretty damn lights out for a rookie in that class. So
Yeah, and you
something.
always hear it, right? These guys said, "Hey, I'm a better 450. I'm a better 450 rider." I
mm.
didn't think RJ was going to be that guy, considering how reckless he was on the 250. But I mean, it
Well,
slowed him down. But CJ, kind of going over to you, Deegan's going to hop up to 450. He's got kind of that wild style. Is Deegan going to beat RJ in outdoors next year?
I don't know. I think he doesn't do better than RJ does this year, though.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
all right.
RJ's about to finish up the season in fourth, and I'm hard pressed to say that Deegan can get a top four next year. Will he beat RJ? I mean, I don't know. It could be a good battle. RJ could beat him. He could beat
I
him.
think so.
I don't know. I mean, I think it could be a good battle. RJ has. I don't think there's anybody. I don't even think RJ would tell you that he had expectations to go out there and do what he's
Yeah,
doing this season, and it's awesome to see. I'm stoked to see it. I love watching it. Every single time I can bet on RJ to beat somebody else, I take it. They put him
yeah,
against Prado. They put him against Malcolm. They put him against everyone they put him against. I'm like RJ,
yeah.
and it pays off. The dude's been sick, and like with Hunter, it sucks that he got overshadowed because of his brother's drama. But in a 2-2, like sure, I'm sure he would love to win 2-1 or whatever. But the check still cashes, dude, and he has a number one trophy now at his house, and that's sick. I think one of the biggest things for me that was cool was doing our little bets here and there, and I had a parlay going, and one of my parlays was to take Jet. It was Jet versus Sexton. So I take Jet, and after Moto One, he gets a lap dock in 17th place. I'm a
Yep.
mailing this burnt that slip. We're done, and then I fucking still win, and it's just every single time you have a chance to bet against Chase Sexton, dude, it's probably gonna fucking work out in your favor. The dude is a crumble cookie to a T.
Dude,
It might be stressful, but
his
you have
over
great
under and
chances.
underdog was 3.5. Like they had him placing fourth or worse. And I'm like, shit,
Everyone's
dude, there's
fantasy
no
was
way.
just trash this weekend
Yeah.
with everything that
Oh,
happened.
holy shit. Fucking Sexton.
You could have
Did you
made
see
some
him
money
almost
Um,
betting.
crash? You see him almost crash after the first moto going over the
Yeah,
the
finish?
finish
his
line.
He just like
Yeah.
put
celebration.
his hands up, dude, and almost crashed. I'm like, bro.
We should have seen it coming too. We should have knew that shit was gonna happen now. Yeah.
Uh,
All right.
And what about real
Let's
quick
go.
though?
Yeah.
What about Prado? Prado's
Yeah,
funny to
that's what I
me,
was getting
dude.
to.
That dude's a fucking comedian. So Jet gets docked a lap and he gets bumped up a place, and then Chase DNF, so he gets bumped up a place, and now he thinks the Kawasaki motor is great because he went 6-7 by fucking
Five,
by
six. Oh yeah.
omission. Yeah, like it's just funny. It's like, oh, the bike is great because I did the best that I've ever done. It's like, yeah, because Jet got fucking docked and Chase DNF, bro. Like you're still the same rider.
Yeah, it sounded like they made some changes with the KYB, making it a little better. But yeah, I just don't. I think this is where he's going to stay as long as he stays here in the States. He's going to be this 5 to 6 guy, and that's as good as it's going to get. He's still got to survive Supercross, but we talked about the rumors of him getting back on like a KTM bike. Justin, do you think if he went to, back to a steel frame, would his results be better? Is the Kawasaki really that much of an impact, or is it everything else?
I don't know. I think it's just him, honestly. I mean, I was listening to Alden Baker talk yesterday on the Pulp Show, and they were talking about Prado coming over and Vial coming over. And Baker's had Vial, and he said that Vial was like shocked how much we ride during the week, like in America, how much people ride. So maybe for Prado, that's like shocking for him, I guess. But if Prado goes to KTM, is in the stipulations that Prado has to go to Baker's factory, and then we
Sexton's
know
not.
he'll be. I know, but Prado, I mean, from what he's done, and he ain't in shape. I'm the only way I'm signing him is he's got to go to boot camp and go to Baker to make sure he's in shape, and then we know what he really can do.
What
But I
wasn't
think
there
his
like
fit,
reports? Wasn't there reports that he like wasn't practicing as much as some of the other guys were at the practice track or some shit?
yeah, yeah, Prado, yeah,
Well, to me, you can't ignore what Prado did at MXGP. I don't think the guy's in shape. I think he's said that the KTM is hard to ride, that gets him out of shape. But CJ, we'll go to you. Do you think going over onto a KTM steel frame, something that he's used to, would it make an improvement for him, or do you just no, it's
It's
not the
not
bike?
making a 62-second a moto
Yeah.
improvement. I mean, you go put Jet on a Husqvarna, he's still gonna win. Like
Yeah.
it's not. I don't think that. Sure, I mean maybe he feels more comfortable and maybe he goes 5-8 sometimes instead of 6-9. Like I don't. He's not gonna go get on a KTM and just start battling Hunter and Jet.
Yeah. Yeah. And so what do you factor it to, Zach? What is it? What is the struggles for Prado? We saw him MXGP. It's not the bike. Is it just a schedule? Is it the tracks? Is it having to learn Supercross all at the same time?
You
Is
can
it
you can
just being
say
at the
like
US?
you could say it's a combination of all that, but to me personally, like you look at Vial coming over, Vial had some success, right? But he's been with Albin since he got over here, right? You talk about Prado kind of, trying to find places to ride. Oh, I'm gonna go to a club this week or whatever. And when he first came over, he was in California testing all the California tracks. I think it's a matter of, everything is new for sure, but I don't think he has that strict um, program like everyone else is on. You know what I mean? So I think that if he did go to KTM and he did go to Alvin, I think he would improve. But like he just said, I don't see it being a 62-second a moto fucking improvement. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with you. To me, I still think the Supercross half of the season is the biggest factor. He came from only having focus on outdoors. That's all he had to worry about all year round. Him having to do Supercross, which he's not very good at, all 17 rounds and jumping right into motocross. I just don't think he's cut
I,
out
I
for it.
I also think that it's just showing that is a different level of skill
Hmm.
sets from MXGP to the US. And it's like, sure, he was a 4-time MXGP champion, But these guys don't come over here and be shocked at what we're doing for no reason. They come over here and they're like, holy
Yeah.
fuck, the first 2 lap race pace here is insane. Holy shit, these guys over
Mhm.
here work their fucking ass off 7 days a week. With these guys over here, this, that, and the other thing. And it's like, yeah, that's why he's getting his ass kicked. And I mean, they try to compare him to Roxon and they try to compare him to Jet and these other people that came from overseas. But Roxon is
They
known for
started on
being an
250,
absolute
so
workhorse, though. But Roxon is a fucking workhorse. Like, all he does is fucking train and work out. I mean, the dude overtrained and got Epstein Barr.
mhm.
And then Jet just seems to be one of those people that's like a freak of nature. Seems like that he's like Justin. He could eat 15 enchiladas and he's never gonna gain weight. Like he's
Hot
just in
dogs.
shape. Yeah. He's like one of those guys that he just naturally, I'm sure he works out. I'm not taking it away from Jet. I'm sure he's got a program and I'm sure he's dedicated, but he seems like one of those kids that's just like he just naturally can fucking ride for 35 minutes. And
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen time and time again, you can call it the bike, the suspension, the motor, the whatever else he wants to cry about. The dude is fucking not able to hold on to that Kawasaki 450 for 30 minutes.
Yep.
Who's his
Yeah.
trainer?
His
Is he just
mom,
kind of doing his own
Mm.
thing, or yeah?
No, I'm sure he's got some kind of trainer that he has
Because
over there.
I think that's huge. I think that's where he fucked up. He should have had like someone lined up, like that knows what the fuck they're doing, and be like, "Hey, welcome to
There's no way he
America."
comes over here and doesn't
Yeah, I
have
mean, he's
something
got
like
factory
that. I mean,
Kawasaki. I'm sure he has someone.
I mean,
he's not in the garage working out, fucking, or at fucking Planet Fitness on the
hardly.
weekends, bro.
I
Like
mean,
Or
he's
he
got
brought his
Brock,
own
someone.
guy over, probably.
Brock
Yeah, he's
Tickle's
got
probably kicking
someone
his
there that's
ass during the
fucking
week.
helping him out, dude. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, but he's
All right.
not with, I mean, you got Garrett Swanenpool, you got fucking Alden, you got all these like elite
Jeannie
guys.
Carmichael.
Yeah, it's like,
Hmm.
I don't know.
isn't
Maybe
Swan
he
with
needs
Maybe
star.
Anderson's training him. Maybe that's why
yeah.
Anderson stepped away.
They're getting too fried, dude.
Yeah.
They're all smoking weed out in the back of
Yeah.
fucking the
He's like,
shop
this
at
shit'll help
Cali.
with the nerves, bro.
Yeah, this helps with the heart pump, dude. Take a little
In
toke, bro.
2018, I was high at every race, brother.
Yeah. Oh
Oh,
fuck.
Then they started drug testing, so I had to stop, and there went my career.
yeah.
I did think it was sick to see Juju and Prado and whoever else out in Havasu, out on the
Oh
lake,
yeah,
fucking doing some
yeah,
normal shit. That's cool.
Yeah, and
yeah,
Havasu.
yeah. No, that's pretty cool. All right, the last thing I have on here is just Eli Tomac. Obviously, outdoors has been up and down. Honestly, more downs than positive. So, just kind of curious. I know all you guys are really high on Tomac. What does 2026 look like for Tomac? He's getting on a brand new bike. It's a steel frame, something he's never ridden before. It's at the end of his career. Justin, we'll start with you. What is 2026 Eli going to look like? Is it Supercross only? Is he riding both? Is this a
Well,
farewell season?
I don't
What are
think
your
it's a
expectations?
farewell. I don't think it's a farewell season because I think for him, he said he's looking for a 2 year deal. So I think he's staying 2 years no matter what. I think next year he does the full season. If anything, 2027 he'll do Supercross only. If outdoors next year is way bad. Um, but I mean, I think he's just got to stay healthy. That's the key thing. He can't get hurt from now till the season or get hurt in the season like he had the last, what, 2, 3 years is the huge factor. He proved that he had the speed to beat Jet straight up at that San Diego Supercross. So, I mean, he just got to stay healthy. That's the big thing. That's a huge factor.
So once again, that's before he got hurt, right? Before the broken leg, another injury and stuff like that. Outdoors, he started red hot. We really kind of see it falling off. But Zach, what about you? Where are you at as far as Tomac 2026?
Think outdoors, I'd put him kind of right about the same spot. To be honest with you, with the new bike, Supercross, I'll give him a little better. I mean, when he jumped from Cowie to Yamaha, he wasn't off the pace or anything like that. I don't think he's going to be off the pace going to KTM. He's definitely a guy that knows how to make adjustments with the bike and stuff like that. So as long as they can get him a good base setting, I think he'll be kind of right back to where he was in Supercross. Outdoors is kind of the thing that worries me about it. And not that he can't ride, but I don't think he's willing to hang it out like he used to be. So I think that's a big factor. Is he knows his on the tail end of his career. I don't think he's going to be out there hanging it out trying to trying to keep up with all the big dogs for 30 minutes. So
And CJ, we've talked about this. Eli, he's not going to push battling for seventh place. You know, he's going to be battling for wins. To me, if I'm Tomac, I just go full Supercross. I do maybe a Cooper Webb, maybe do a couple more outdoors for SMX, but I don't see Eli Tomac going through another year of outdoors with the way how this one's shaping up. You know, you're assuming Jet's going to be healthy from the get go. Hunter, Sexton's going to be back. Deegan's going to make his debut. I don't know. Where are you at? Do you think Tomac's really going to go out there and line up for outdoors again or on a new bike after how this season's gone?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's gonna say. I mean, he's a veteran. We're not gonna know anything that he's thinking or doing. I mean, in the back of his mind, maybe he's like, "Hey, we'll see where everybody's at, come outdoors, and we'll make a decision." But I think switching to a new bike kind of lights a new fire under his ass, and I think he comes into Supercross with a mentality that he can win, and then we kind of just see what happens. Like the dude's a 5-time champion. He has
Hmm.
nothing to prove. He doesn't care if he gets third place overall in the championship. It does nothing for him. So that's why I think we're seeing what we're seeing
Yeah.
now. Like he got that whole shot. He was out front. He didn't have the pace, and he just. I mean, I know they said that he wasn't feeling well or whatever, but I just don't think he has that same drive as he did when he was trying to win championships and he was the guy and he was 25 years old. I just don't think. I mean, if he comes out in Supercross, he has the pace. He can win. I think we see him push hard. If he thinks that his testing is going good for outdoors and he thinks that he can win, I don't think he shows up to Paula next year unless he thinks he can win. If he thinks he can still win motos, I think he
Yeah.
shows up. If he in his mind thinks I can't win, I don't think he shows up. I mean, I think he's
Yeah.
one injury away from
You boys
retirement.
ready to see? Yeah, I agree. You boys ready to see number 3 on a KTM? Gonna
It's
take some
gonna be
getting used to.
weird.
It'll be
It is gonna
weird.
be crazy, that's for
It's
sure.
it's the whole
I
change. There's
mean,
a lot of movement happening, so it's gonna be
yeah,
weird. Even
Hmm.
just
Chase on a Cowie.
Sexton
I
go
think,
number. I mean,
yeah,
last time a number 4 was
Hmm.
on a Cowie was
It's gonna be
RC, I
old
think.
RC
So
vibes. Number 4 on a Cowie. That's gonna be sick.
I
yeah, he's
think,
gonna
yeah,
eat
I
shit
think
Yep.
like
Chase
RC
on
on a
a,
Cowie.
I think Chase on a Cowie is more interesting to me than Eli on a KTM.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Chase is still going to be fast. He's going to win races on the Kawasaki. I mean, who knows? Maybe the Kawasaki is exactly what Chase needs. It's been called the lazy man bike. It's really easy to ride. It's slow from what they said. So who knows? But I don't know. You just never know. We'll look at these points. So Jet obviously still has a strong command, followed by Hunter. Eli Tomac 324. He has a 9 point lead over Justin Cooper. I know we were talking about that, so that's going to be kind of interesting, kind of see how that shakes up. And then RJ Hampshire, he's creeped up. He's at 293. So what is that? He's a little bit further back behind
It's
there.
twenty
But
nine
I don't know.
behind
We'll see
Tomac.
what happens there. Yes, that's a little bit, but I mean, Jay Coop right there. I mean, who knows? If Tomac, keeps throwing up these, 7-8s, in one of these motos, it could get pretty tight come to the second round. So we'll see what happens with that B title. Um, but yeah, anything else, boys? 450 before we wrap it up.
Not much. Not that I could think of.
2 more
All
rounds.
right. Well, that's it for this week. Thanks for listening. That's right. We got 2 more rounds outdoors, 3 rounds of SMX, and then we'll probably do a Motocross of Nations show as well. Justin's going to be live there as
Fuck
well,
yeah.
so that'll be kind of cool. But thanks for listening. Give us a follow on Instagram, YouTube, X, TikTok. You know where to find us, but we will be back next week. Talk to you later.